This video was taken in September of '91 in Gulf Breeze, when nearly every night people went outside and saw lights in the sky.
People would actually take their vacation to come to Gulf Breeze just to see what they could see.
In those days, Bland Pugh was an amateur photographer. When he first heard of the sightings, he was interested, but he didn't know what to expect. That first night, what he saw changed his life.
It got to where I was there every night and had sightings about every other night or every third night.
The sightings first started in November of '87 when a man named Ed Walters produced several pictures. Walters went on to take many more pictures and create a lot of controversy. Eventually, he moved and left the publicity behind. But before that happened, Dr. Bruce Maccabee, a world-renowned UFO researcher, went to Gulf Breeze to investigate Walters' claims.
Because Ed had taken these pictures, I was asked as a photographic expert to go down and see what I could do with Ed's pictures. And when I left, I was beginning to wonder if it was possible to fake these things.
Dr. Maccabee was so convinced by the pictures that he helped Walters with several books and co-authored one. But it wasn't just one person seeing things in the Gulf Breeze skies. What impressed Dr. Maccabee were the number of witnesses. He was able to catalog hundreds of sightings, and any given night could mean more.
The number of witnesses ranged from, let's say, 3 or 4 up to 100.
And it wasn't just curious onlookers. Researchers from MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network, were also on the ground.
A unique situation in Gulf Breeze right there was the fact that sightings continued while MUFON investigators, including myself, were involved, and we actually had an impact on the type of information obtained.
Bland Pugh was so drawn into the excitement that he joined MUFON, and these days, he's the state director.
We are not a bunch of people with little beanies on and running helter-skelter.
Pugh doesn't ask people to believe, just to keep an open mind. Think of planet Earth. Not too hot, not too cold, just right for life. Our planet is in what's called the Goldilocks zone, a habitable area that could be found around many stars. Now, in our galaxy alone, NASA scientists estimate there may be as many as 10 trillion planets in that zone. Big number, right? Well, let's take that further. There are at least 100 billion galaxies in our universe, each containing trillions of planets. So NASA estimates there are 1 sextillion habitable planets in our universe. That's a 1 followed by 21 zeros. To grasp that number, think of this. 1 sextillion is the same estimate that's made if you were to add up every grain of sand on every beach in the world. But whether intelligent life is on those planets is another question. And if there is, did they ever visit this beach, Shoreline Park in Gulf Breeze? Stan Bizwarek and Harry Felder have been coming to the park nearly every evening for years. They both say they have never seen a UFO. What they say is unusual about the spot is that it's surrounded by military installations.
It seems to me like it's a military project, probably.
I was in air traffic control for 30 years, and with a test base like Eglin right over here, and as the Naval Air Station on the other side, you're going to see a lot of things that you don't know what it is.
Pugh says he understands the skepticism. He estimates that 90% of the cases MUFON investigates can be explained, and that over time, Gulf Breeze has seen fewer and fewer sightings.
I know what's going on in the entire state, and Gulf Breeze has not been one of the hot spots of late.
But there have still been sightings. Just go to YouTube. A person who goes by Explorer SG1 has posted dozens of videos and pictures, some as recently as this week. We contacted this person, but they said they weren't looking for publicity. They just wanted to know what the objects were. The poster told us some of the lights likely came from helicopters, but others were harder to explain. And it's the unexplained that will always drive human curiosity.
We're only trying to find out what's going on. We know something's going on, but we don't know what.